My concept of God was that he was somebody who's far away, who was everywhere, not somebody really that I could get close to.
I didn't really have a concept of God at all, really.
Kuldip Rajul and his wife Vashi grew up in Britain. Prior to their marriage, they both became Christians. Kuldip came from a conventional Sikh family who belonged to a sect called Radha Swami. Their religious leader is based in India, but he sends his messages on videotapes to his followers in Britain. Kuldip's upbringing took place in a strict Radha Swami home, and he was proud of his religious heritage. Vashi, on the other hand, was brought up in a Gujarati Hindu home. She was never forced to participate in regular family worship and only went to the temple on special occasions. Like most Asians, Kuldip and Vashi regarded Christianity as a Western religion, only for the whites.
How I saw Christians was that they were someone that I didn't really want to know in that sense, because I had my own faith. I believed in what my parents believed. So to that extent, I didn't think too much about it.
The way I saw it was that Christianity was for English people. It wasn't for Indian family. Because I was born into a Hindu family, so I ultimately was a Hindu.
We're going to spend 5-10 minutes in prayer, and I'd like things that we could pray for. I've got one or two that I can start with, and that is, we can pray for Paminder's dad. What attracted me to Jesus was both the quality of people's lives and also, what the Bible had to say about Jesus. Initially, it was the people. I was invited by somebody that I quite liked. I had developed a friendship with him, through going to the youth club, which is where I eventually became a Christian. And he seemed to have something that I liked, and the other people that were Christians also had something that I liked. So that was the initial attraction. But then over a period of time I started to realise that I had to do something too. And that was, I think, the point at which Jesus himself and his teachings started to play a part. But I'd say definitely both were important.
I was quite impressed when I met Kuldip, that when he started talking about Jesus, and then he had something special. He was different from other people or other boys that I had met at that time, and that there was something different about him. That's what really impressed me, the life of Kuldip. And then, like I said, when he sort of told me about Jesus, and I sort of thought about it and thought, yes, that's makes sense.
And how did your parents react to you marrying a Christian girl?
I think it wasn't so much that she was a Christian, it was just the fact that they hadn't picked her. That was more of a stumbling block. And being the only son, that made it even worse. They wouldn't have any other choice, or any other son to choose a daughter, a wife for. It was a really bad reaction. My dad was very upset. My mum couldn't believe it. And in fact, from approximately that time until, I'd say about three and a half years ago, we didn't talk, which is some five or 6 years, a period of time which we had very little communication. So it did cause quite a problem.
Looking back, what has your Christian faith done for you?
Looking back, what has my faith done for me? I've thought a lot about that, and I often think about that aspect. What comes over is, I think I've been faced with difficulties, problems that I don't think I would have had to face if I hadn't been a Christian. But at the same time, for me, God is there in my work, in my home life, in my outside activities. God is present as far as I'm concerned, and the values that I have are constant. It's not just one thing for home, one thing for outside, one thing in the temple, or one thing in the church. It's there all the time, wherever I am. I am a Christian.
What really has the faith done for me is that, like Kuldip said, I've had loads of problems with pregnancies, and I know for sure that if I didn't believe in God or Jesus didn't have me, I certainly wouldn't have two beautiful little children today. I've had 2 miscarriages before I had Sanjay. And that's the main thing as far as I'm concerned that faith has done for me. And I know God is a friend to me. I can turn to Him every moment of the day, really.
The life of Jesus, the way He lived, the things He said, the things He did, the fact that He died and rose, it's just so unique. You just cannot compare it with anything else.